I hope you guys have been following the case of Bola Ahmed Tinubu just like me. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been accused for a long time about forging of certificate right from the time he became a governor of Lagos State up to now. It's kind of very funny that Nigerian security agency and the Nigeria INEC allow a presidential candidate to go and do the investigation for them. And we know that before you contest for any presidential election, you have to submit your credential, which means your documents, school documents, passport, and also before you actually take the office, you have to also declare your assets. So all these things according to the INEC, which is the Independent Electoral Commission, and say that they investigate everything to make sure that the candidate is qualified before they will be allowed to contest for the presidential election. And this is what the INEC told us, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was cleared. But unfortunately, INEC did not do job. The Nigerian security did not do their job. They were just sitting there, a criminal, somebody whose identity, date of birth, personality is questioned to be the number one citizen of Nigeria, a country that have about 200 million citizens and highly educated men. Look around you, go around the world and see how educated Nigerians are. How many Nigerians are specialists in America, in Australia, in UK, in Canada. In every part of the world you go, you see a lot of Nigerians successful. But unfortunately, the security agent that they have committed their country into, the DSS, the EFCC, the police, and the INEC, allow criminals to continue to flourish in the country. Why the vulnerable ones are getting arrested every day. What is happening now that Atiku went all the way to America to investigate Tinubu? This is a candidate for the presidential election. He doesn't have to do this. He went all the way to America to investigate the forgery of Tinubu's certificate, which is still under questioning, whereby this Tinubu is a male, the certificate carries female, and different name, different day, different signatures. Yet, the Nigerian Security Agency have never questioned this one, have never even asked him to step down. This is of national interest. When a country that prefers some citizen over other citizens, that country will never flourish. Nigeria continue to deteriorate each day because of the corrupt nature of the country, because of the foundation of the country, whereby the criminals that has connections stays there. Then the ones that do this petty criminal is the ones that become a victim of the police. Nigerian police spend so much money to go to Kenya to arrest somebody who is demanding for fair share. But criminals, they refuse to investigate. You see, all the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's revelation keep coming up that this guy's certificate is not original, it's forged. The DSS, the EFCC, none of them took their time to go and investigate this guy and arrest him. In fact, people are asking Tinubu to step down. Tinubu don't need to step down. Tinubu need to be arrested for putting the whole nation into such a calamity. Nigeria today reputation is totally bad because of the nature of people they have elected. A drug baron who you know that is a confirmed drug baron, you elect him as a president. In a foreign country, Tinubu will not even allow to take care of children because of his criminal record. In fact, in America, if you're applying for American visa today and have criminal record or your certificate or any of your identity is questioned, they will not grant you American visa. But then how can a country like Nigeria that is trying to catch up the world are allowing criminals, somebody identity is being impatient to rule the country? I really give credit for Atiku for taking the time to go all the way to Chicago University to see what certificate this guy, presented to INEC. Is it true or not? This is supposed to be the Nigerian country duty. It's supposed to be their security. A country that does not function is very hard to operate. When you talk about the country have gone into a mess that the structure of that country totally needs renegotiation, totally need restructuring. Because what happened here is that Tinubu should not be, security men should not be asking to resign. Immediately the revelation comes up, he should immediately be suspended and arrested. For questioning. This is what happened in a developed country. Nigeria have gone to the stage that we have to start advancing those technology, advancing those security nature. But what you're doing is that every 10 years or every 4 years, you push the country backward. Every 4 years, you push it backward because we are trying to protect race. You are trying to protect criminal gang. You are trying to protect your greedy interest. In that way, you cause another 20 generation. You cause your unborn children nature. You cause your unborn children future. You know what happened? What Tinubu is doing now is to push next generation back, because the children that have come up to see that Nigeria have elected a criminal and know that you can fraud and become successful any day you contest, you will win election. Then they don't have any shame. There's no conscience again to commit crime. Once you have the money, you can get whatever you want. That's what the country is telling us. In fact, what is happening today have pushed the country again down under the dungeon. There's no credibility. How can you, as a Nigerian, stand up today to tell somebody that, hey, Nigeria is a very good country, or Nigeria is good, when the person can easily tell you that I had your president forge his certificate? You are going all the way to America, not even the security agency, a candidate is going to America pleading for them to release his certificate. This is something the Nigerian DSS, Nigerian ESN, EFCC need to call in American ambassador before all this starts to verify all the documents this will be presented before they will be given ticket to contest. In fact, Tinubu doesn't supposed to be a governor even in the country. Unfortunately, because we allow crime to flourish, we always see the most evil ones as the godfather of the country. Then all these things will continue to flourish. If the country did not change, I'm sorry, the country is continuing to drain. A lot of souls will continue to die. Tinubu decision have killed so many people because we allow such a man to be in that seat to govern or to run for the presidency. Do you know how many souls that died during the election? Do you know how many people that are still dying because of this man you just elected? When you done the wrong thing, a lot of people perish because those criminal gangs that see them as a mentor will have every cause to uphold their mandate. But when you have people that are not questionable, then criminals will always try to sit up and know that it's not game as usual, that crime has a consequence. I had EFCC saying before, when they heard that Alison in UK is having a case, got adjourned and her extradition may be approved soon. What the EFCC said that this shows, from their quote, this shows that nobody is above the law in this country, that everybody will be treated equal. Every crime is crime. Thank you for that words. That every crime is crime. So what Tinubu is doing is not a crime. Somebody who cannot prove his credential. A number one citizen of a country should be somebody who uphold the law to the core. Somebody who is ready to be transparent, that because everybody looks at him as the future and the nature and the image of the country. What we saw here is so appalling. It's a shameful thing for you to come out today and say I'm in Nigeria, or maybe for you to give a lecture. What are you telling the next generation? We saw the INEC chairman that did this thing still there. They're actually conducting a kind of what they call a convention. I said, what are you teaching the next generation? It is very appalling that we allow this kind of a thing to happen. Tinubu should not be told to step down. Tinubu should be arrested for deceiving the nation. INEC officials should be arrested and they step down for not doing their job. Whoever that minds the DSS then should be arrested. Whoever that minds the EFCC should be arrested for failing to do their job. The CID, the police should be arrested. They should step down because they haven't done their job. Their main priority in the country, the security officers, is to secure the country, irrespective of whichever citizen that is, committing a crime or is about to commit a crime. Their main priority is to safeguard the country. But in this way, they aid the citizen to fraud the country. What we are seeing today is a shame that even I cannot even start today and say that Tinubu is Nigerian president. I say he's selected president. It's a shameful thing. I saw Atiku the way he was giving his press conference. I shut on my head and said, oh my God, what a fair country. A candidate will be spending his own money to do the federal capital job. What Atiku just did today told you guys that Nigeria is not a federation. It's not a federation where you see that the federation will be quiet. Even there's no any charge that's coming up against Tinubu. INEC should be charging Tinubu for presenting a false certificate. But INEC is actually questioning candidate that says that the election they conducted is not incredible. INEC is actually defending a scam, defending rigging, defending corruption. And you tell me that's a nation. No, that is just a very, very dubious and corrupt nation that the foundation of the nation need to pull down. Colonial era is very bad. What we saw in Nigeria is something that everyone needs to sit down and cry. Even other Africans, have you traveled to African countries? When they see some of Nigeria, they actually think that these people is the most useless people. It's unfair that you can elect somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know, you that are listening to me today, what do you think? How do you feel to know that the one that you call your president, maybe you spent 5 years, 6 years to study in university, and you came out and somebody this way are making caricature with your career, making caricature with your academic. Even nobody, nobody, the senators that need to say these guys to step down, they are not coming up to say anything. The House of Assembly members are not saying anything because they are all partner in crime. That's why they refuse to say anything. So how do you think that such a nation will survive? Why can't you seek and say that this nation should what? Go back to the table, or everybody should go their way? They should go back to the drawing board and start from scratch to build a good generation, or everybody should go their way. What we are seeing against Tinubu is really, really shameful thing. The nation is declining every day. The nation is going down. Tinubu not only need to resign immediately, the EFCC chairman that oversee them need to resign. The DSS need to resign. The police chief officers need to resign. And fresh one must call Tinubu to attention. They must arrest him for frauding the nation. But we are talking about 200 and something million Nigerians that an individual is taken for granted. It's a shameful thing. And anyone that supported Tinubu should be ashamed of themselves. Because what he's doing is not only their own selfish interest, they are killing the next generation upward that you should commit crime and people will come and support you. It's a shameful thing. It's all something we have to come out and uphold and say it's a shame. And give credit to Atiku for even going to the extent he's going. It's not easy. It costs him money, time, and energy. We give him credit for doing that. Thank you, and tell me what you think about Tinubu forging of certificate. Thank you.